Hello, I'm here today with my mate Kieran Fitzgerald Piggott, who flew over to Turkey to get a hair transplant done. We have no idea what we're doing. We're just trying this for the first time and talking about a topic that I find incredibly interesting that I didn't even know about that one of my best mates was getting done until like the last minute, which is mad. So yeah, have a listen. Hopefully it's not dog shit. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask Kieran after this on Instagram or Facebook Messenger or whatever. Just add Kieran for Shell Piggott, type me in, they'll come up for you. Yeah, cool. Let's see how we get on. There's that little part that's growing out the side I really want to
It's
cut.
part of the growth, you just can't cut anything.
That
So,
is part of it, is it?
yeah, sure. It's more hair than what I had, so it's part of the process. I will eventually get a haircut to kind of blend it all in, but
So you can't cut what the sides,
I
nothing.
technically I can. So they say wait the 6 to 7 week mark before you get a haircut, but I'm at 9 weeks now.
Right.
But I'm paranoid as fuck.
So you just be like, no, I'm not cutting it at all. It's
I
like,
still don't
nothing's
even
gonna
wash
grow
it
back.
myself. I still don't even wash it myself, basically. So
Really?
yeah, if I'm in the shower, Kira, and yeah,
Man.
I don't touch it. She's the one that washes it out, and then I dab it dry myself. But yeah, so far so good.
Wow. Like pretty much when did you notice you were going bald, and when were you like, oh shit, like
It's
where did
time
that come out?
to sort this out.
What?
It's time to sort this out.
Yeah, like when was the first time you noticed, oh shit, I'm actually receding a good bit?
I think it was about 5-6 years ago. So, as you know, 4 years ago, I went to Australia.
Yeah.
I'd say at least a year and a half before that, I started to notice that I started to recede. So Kira was the one that pointed it out to me, so that's why I grew my hair
Your
out.
missus?
Yeah, she says, "Oh." So I actually remember
Yeah,
the
it sounds
exact.
right. Usually your missus are the ones who are just like the most harsh or the most upfront about it. It was like
It wasn't even like a harsh comment. I think it was just that, if I remember correctly, I was getting something done with the car. It could have been like changing my tires or something, and could have been like a glance of like sunshine or whatever. Anyway,
Yeah.
and she was just like, "Oh, your hair looks a bit different." I was like, "Oh, here we go. What's wrong?" So
And but like before that though, like did you notice it before she did, or was it?
I think I slowly started to have a feeling,
Yeah.
because I noticed like the way I used to style my hair. Obviously back in college, hair was always like glued to the face, and then decided to try something new, and hair went up then. But then after a while, it kind of went into like, remember those sweet gems, whatever they were called? They were like little sweets with like, yeah, it looked like one of those. Anyway, it looked really weird.
Right.
But after that, then yeah, I just kind of grew it out because I knew in like
This was like the man bun stage where you grew it right out to push
Pretty-
it back, kind
pretty
of, or
much,
push
yeah.
across.
what was it
type thing.
called, the old quiff. I
Yeah.
started growing it out anyway, and then yeah, sure, when we went traveling, then that's pretty much the start of it. I noticed straight away when we were traveling that my hair slowly started to get sun damage,
Yeah.
and that's when it started to kind of thin out a bit. So every time I got a haircut, I'd be paranoid. I was just like, yeah, just
So like he's gonna cut
go
it.
on
And
back
then,
inside, but just don't cut anything off the top at all. So
Yeah.
that sort of job.
obviously, you know, when you noticed that happening, what was the main thing that kind of made you say, you know what, fuck this, actually, I don't care, I've had enough now, I'm just going to go over and kind of get it done. Did you have like that type of a moment where like something really bad happened, or, you know, where you're like, Jesus, it's really getting to me?
Oh, it was always on my mind.
Was
Literally, as soon as we were over in Sydney, I went to a hair doctor over there,
Did you?
dermatologist or whatever they're called. Went to
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
those, and basically they took a look at my scalp. They said my scalp is fine. It's just genetics, basically, as I
Yeah.
said. But they, instead of the procedure I was going for, I had an FUE procedure over in Turkey, but they were going to offer me a tablet side of it. So I won't go into too much detail about the tablets because obviously I don't really know anything about them. But
What do you know about them?
obviously there is a couple of tablets, and there is other steps you can take. Like obviously everyone knows about biotin, like it's a multivitamin and stuff like that they recommend that you do take.
Right.
There
And
is
this pretty much makes your hair not fall out at all.
biotin in general is obviously good for your nails, skin, hair, the whole lot.
Right.
It's multivitamins, like anyone can go out and buy them. And there are other things, obviously finasteride and minoxidil, stuff like that. As I say, there is steps that you can take. You can take that line of it if you feel as though you're not as bad as what I was. I got to the stage where I physically needed the surgery done.
Right.
So it got to the point, I had to bite the bullet. So I wrote to them. As soon as I got back from Sydney, I knew very well I was going to get it done and booked the flight and didn't look back.
Like when your hair is falling out or you start to be innocent, like was that like fucking with you like mentally, like was it really getting to you,
definitely,
like a mental health type of thing with it?
People who have hair just like, shave it off, it's only a bit of hair, like go bald will suit you.
Yeah.
When I shaved it off, I thought bald does suit me.
It does fucking suit you. I told you from the start. I was like, don't go off and get it. You'd be saving yourself a lot of money.
I didn't mind. I think it's the fear, because obviously like if you are balding, it's the fact that if I cut this hair off, like this small bit of hair now, I'm not gonna grow it back the same as what it was. So it's nice to have the choice, I suppose. Yeah. Anyone that does have hair and doesn't feel insecure about shaving their hair off, and then obviously it will grow back. Yeah. That's all well and good, but as I said, like, I know very well there's loads and loads of lads nowadays that want to do something or are doing other sort of stuff that are like trying their best to cover it up. But if you want to get it done.
And like saying that with like the lads, like when you put that up on social media, did you have many people writing to you?
I did. I didn't expect like loads, because obviously I don't have a big following or not like that. But I did have lads write to me, obviously asking what I was going over for. Basically, as soon as you see a turkey airport, you think, it's either teeth or hair or something like that. So the lads that wrote to me obviously asked what I was getting done, and half of them were like, I didn't even think you needed it, to be honest. And I says, well, personally, obviously the way I knew I needed it, obviously I was just hiding my hair from how bad it was. But I was shocked to see the amount of lads, and especially the lads that did write to me. It's
mad that like nowadays, like, anyone, like you can get your hair done.
Oh yeah.
You can get your teeth done. It takes steroids. But imagine now you look the likes of our dads and our granddads and uncles and all that stuff. Like they're all like bald or whatever. Or,
I know.
It's just funny that literally they could be like 60 years old. It's like, you know what? I actually might go and get a hair transplant.
I know.
And it's like it's just mad that they can do that now.
It's like my granddad. Like my granddad popped over to the house there today. He's turning 71 now on Friday, and the fact that he seen it, I was just like, oh Jesus. As soon as he heard that I was going to Turkey, in the back of his head he was just like, oh, old fashioned. He was like, something a bit dodgy there, like, which is like the stigma.
And that's another thing. I remember we were in Connemara and they done a video with you in Bulgaria, like an interview type thing, and I was watching it and my dad was sitting there with me, and he just turned to me and he just goes, he's like, fair play to him. I said, fair play to him. And I said, why? And he says, he's like, back in my day, it's like, growing up as, even in your 20s or whatever. Yeah. All the lads or anyone, like, if you were going bald, you were going bald.
That was it.
You got slagged about it.
You suck it up.
It was suck it up. You're going bald, whatever. You're the fat bald fella now.
Yeah, you have to accept it.
Just, it's just mad that, like, back then, you had to, like, keep it a secret. You couldn't really talk about it.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely.
The lads would slag you. But now it's just, like, people, like, are talking a lot more about personal things like that. And which is cool. Like, it's great.
Like, as you say, like, look at mental health. Like, at the end of the day, like, only in the last 5-10 years, not even, has it become, like, a big thing that everyone's addressing. Like, back then, I suppose, as you say, like, if it affected someone, like, they couldn't really do much. Like, there was no tablets, there was no procedures, there was nothing. Like, you either grow your hair out, style it a different way, or shave it off. So mad. At least now there is options out there. Like, if people do kind of want to change their appearance or help them out or give them even a bit of self-esteem, there's all those options you can take.
So where did you go and what happened? Tell me exactly, like, from start to finish, what the fuck happened? How does it work?
So
I have no idea. Go for it.
As I say, I went to Hair of Istanbul, and there's loads and loads of companies you can go to over there now. I found them on Instagram, first of all.
Right.
Wrote to them on Instagram, obviously, when I was eventually looking to go over. And then as soon as you write to them on Instagram, they'll write back to you through WhatsApp straight away. 24-hour service. Whenever you obviously need them, they're there. With that, they got back to me, told me to send them photos of what my hair actually looked like, so they can see what sort of, obviously, how many grafts, what sort of price range it would be and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Once they got back to me, they kind of broke down the cost, how many hairs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then let me know. They asked me personally what day would suit me to fly over. I told
Sorry.
them December. Nice.
Sorry, say that. So yeah, go on then.
I told them obviously when was best for me to fly over, obviously with work and stuff like that. Booked in my slot. All I had to do was send them a picture of my flight details when I was going to be there, and then they got back to me. So it's literally straightforward. You wouldn't think how easy it is, but
Yeah.
I literally wrote to them, told them the date I was going to fly. They have it's like a small like limousine bus there waiting for you,
Right.
and yeah, it was perfect. So it was.
Mad. So anyway, you get on the plane, you go there, you arrive. Some fella picks you up in a car.
Yeah.
You're hoping that he brings you. He's
That's what I
bringing
mean,
me to
yeah.
some fancy, nice hotel. This isn't some dodgy shit that someone's at the
I've just lost out on money here. Yeah.
Yeah. You get there at the hotel, then what happens?
As I say, it's 5-star treatment straight away.
5-star?
Yeah, so a 5-star hotel. Your man who owns the hotel owns part of like this shopping mall and like Europe's biggest aquarium next door, so you get free tickets into that as well, which was a bonus.
Nice.
Bit
Bit of Nemo.
Yeah, Finding Nemo, the whole lot in there.
Class.
Yeah, it was class. Picked up, shown where we were going, and then told by one of the workers of the Hair of Istanbul that night, obviously, what time they were going to pick me up the next morning for the treatment.
Right.
So mine was 6 o'clock in the morning, so it gives you time to have breakfast. They pick you up, drop you to the hair clinic, basically bring you into a room, look at your hair, tell you what way you want your hair. They'll obviously give you advice. They drew a hairline on me, saying was I happy with it? Do I want it more sharp? Do I want it more uneven? Whatever
You don't
way.
want it down here going straight
Yeah,
across.
like literally they
connected
make
with
you
the eyebrows.
frown, see what sort of wrinkles you have to make sure obviously you're not hitting off like any sort of muscles down here. And once you're happy enough, they basically just get a razor, shave off all the... And like, yeah, it's in the video of theirs. Like, I have tears in my eyes as soon as you see all that hair.
Are you?
Yeah, I look. My mom pointed it out to me. I look like proper teary eyed. I'm like, just like, especially looking down, because like, as I say, like one length of hair, it just like sat there at your feet. You're like, oh, there goes. So
like when it was fully shaved off, you were looking at it on the ground. Like obviously there was that part in your head, probably like this fucking better work.
yeah, well that's it. It has to go through now. So
yeah.
bite the bullet, as they say, get it done there and then. And yeah, once you've done that stage, they bring you into the room. You're basically just handing them the money. They count the money in the machine. You're signing the papers
In the machine, like Scarface style.
Yeah,
like
it's like proper official. They just drop it in there. They go, and then once you're there, they look after you. As I say, they drew the hairline on. They bring you into the first room, which is basically where they get ready to extract the hairs from your donor area. So your donor area is basically the back of your head and the side of your head.
Right.
With that, obviously, as I say, like it depends how many hairs you can give if your donor area is strong enough.
Right.
They said mine looks healthy. In the end, I think that they ended up taking like 4,000 grafts from myself.
Right.
So it sounds like a lot, but I've seen they have done a lot more. As I say, like over in Ireland, England, I think the limit's like 2,000. So to pay like 10 grand over here to get like half the result of what I could possibly get from going over there,
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah, I've won. So I will admit it's not comfortable. They will give you, obviously, I think it's like in total, they give me about 8 to 10 injections to the head.
Like needles.
Yeah, like full on. It is uncomfortable. Like for the first 4 or 5, you do feel like a pinch.
Right.
And then once that's done, it's fine. Like after that, like
The
your
first
hair,
4 or 5 you feel a pinch.
Yeah, the
but
first
the other
4 or
one,
5.
like, yeah, it's great.
like if you're afraid of needles, like you'll be like it isn't gonna be comfortable. I'm not gonna lie, like it isn't comfortable. Like I don't know how I can make it sound good.
Yeah.
First 4 or 5, like it's.
No, but that's it though, man. Like tell the truth.
Yeah.
Like literally tell the truth. Like don't like bullshit it. Like
But
just
after that, like you don't feel a thing. It feels as though your head's swelling up like a balloon.
Yeah.
And then they'll double check that you can't feel a thing. They'll kind of like poke the back of your head.
Yeah.
And then once they feel as though you're ready to go, they'll lie on the bed. You have a TV in front of you at all times, so you can watch TV, music channels, ask them to change it if you want. And yeah, that's where they extract.
Yeah, so you're wait through the whole thing, and then they just start taking. So they take hair just straight off the back of your head, and they bring it around and put it here in the top. That's it.
So there's 4 stages. So
Right.
the first stage is where they bring you in and they extract the hair. So with doing that, as I say, like they've given you a needle, so you don't feel a thing. You're basically lying down on a bed, face up, for starting off, and it's like a small drill. You can hear it, but you don't feel it. And it's basically no word of lie. Like the drill's probably about like that size, So if on their page, on their Instagram, like it shows everything. They even have a YouTube page as well.
So what was it, kind of like a tattoo going, like kind of,
It kind of is. It looks like one and sounds like one, but I just like it's hard to describe. It's like a circle sort of drill. So they're basically core drilling into your head to pull out grafts, and then obviously there's 3 grafts, 2 grafts, 1 graft, whatever they can get, and then once they take the grafts, they basically put them into a pot to keep them safe, and then they'll bring them then over to, it's like a nurse, and then she'll spray stuff on them. I don't know what the stuff is. She sprays, I presume she's spraying stuff on them to keep them alive and keep them clean while they're not in your head.
Your hairs?
Yeah. So once they've done that, you're in there. I was in there, I think, for about an hour, an hour and a half. They do obviously do the back sides and stuff like that, and then once they've done that, then they'll take those away. They'll keep asking you, do you want a water? Do you need to go to the toilet? And then they give you food. So at the start, they do offer you what sort of food you want. I had a chicken wrap, avocado, cheese, chips. It was class.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Nice little chipper.
So that's stage 1.
Stage 1, you get
that's
free
stage
food.
1.
Happy days.
Stage 2, you go back in once you've eaten, had a bit of water, and they'll lie you back down on the bed. And this is where they start to pre-drill the top of your head. So it's another little drill, but they'll offer you first, if you feel a bit of the feeling coming back in your head, they'll give you a few more injections. But obviously your head is still numb, so you don't feel anything.
Okay.
And pre-drill, where they obviously have already drawn your hairline, and then start implanting the grafts then.
And phase 3?
Phase 3 is the cleanup stage, so they'll go back over the back of your head and obviously clean up all the wound. Basically, it's like a diaper on the back of your head. It just sticks to the back of your head for the whole procedure. And then once you've been told that like the hairs on the top have been implanted, then they'll bring you back out then and just basically clean you down. And then stage 4 is pretty much just like the photos and the last inspection by the doctors. So there is obviously rules on the whole working out, physical exercise, drinking and stuff like that. They do say wait, I think it was 4 weeks, at least 4 weeks anyway, for the working out stage, drinking stage, stuff like that. Because I think obviously the more you sweat, there's more chance of like basically your hair grafts falling out. Because even though they're in your head, they're not fully set.
Right.
So it was like showers as well. I had to have like cold showers. I couldn't sweat whatsoever. So cold showers for 4 weeks. And even the temperature, even the power of the shower, I used to just turn the shower head upside down and like just sit in the corner like some sort of cretin while Kieran was like barely, just like that scene in Elf, just...
Yeah, he's just standing underneath the shower and he's
just basically like that the whole 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah,
wow.
It is a long process, and I would say the aftercare, like the first 10 days, you don't expect any sleep.
Yeah.
Like...
I would suppose, yeah, so you're like almost like a bit of a Dracula or a vampire type
pretty
thing,
much,
so you're
like
just stuck like that the whole time. You can't lean back.
Your head physically can't touch the pillow. So I was lucky enough that I had a corner sofa, like just a L-shaped sofa.
Yeah.
That was my best friend. So I had...
You could the head lean off a little bit.
I had the neck pillow, and then I had like 2 pillows tucked on my right side, 2 pillows tucked on my left side, and then I had the blanket like tucked in as well. So
and you can just rest all the chains just all over the whole
all over. So I basically started a box set, and then just basically stayed up for 10 days straight. Obviously during the day you'd feel a bit tired and you'd conk out maybe for 1 or 2 hours. That was the best part. But yeah, sleep, just don't expect to have any sleep for a week to 10 days. Week 2, 3, obviously you start to see the redness. Basically your head's going to scab up. I don't know if anyone's ever seen, obviously, on or whoever's done their research, it's like little lumps on the top of your head. So that's basically the grafts setting into your scalp, and then obviously there's like blood blisters the whole way around. It looks horrible, but just don't pick them. It is part of the process, and then as you shower, like, they will come off. It's normal. And once you get through that stage, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Week 5, 6 is where you'll start getting into your shedding stage. So it is going to fall out, which is torture.
Like, obviously when it starts falling out, there's a bit of panic.
Oh,
shit.
Even still this week, like I'm starting the week 9, and it's still like sections every now and again will fall out, like, so I'm still panic mode, and Kieran knows that as well. Like,
Yeah.
Every time something falls, I'm like, oh shit. Like, you can't physically hit your head or do anything at the moment because obviously it's still a chance of hairs coming out.
Yeah.
So, but no, it's all part of the process at the end of the day. I just need to kind of just accept that the hair is going to fall back out, but in the long run,
in your head you're like, it's going to grow back.
Yeah,
it's gonna grow
exactly.
back no matter what.
There's fear there, but it's part of the process and everything will be grand.
Question, right? So you've got the hair transplant done, right? They take it from the back of your head, they're putting it here, but in a few years' time, if you start going more bald, if it goes from like here to sides or another patch where they haven't took hairs from here and put it there, that part of your hair will start going bald. So what happens then? Is there anything like how does that work? Do you have to go up and get it redone again or what?
I believe so. Like, from doing research and looking on other posts on their page, there has been people that have said in the comment section that obviously they will need a second one. In my situation, I think because they took so many grafts, like the 4,000, they put the whole way along my head.
Right.
So I basically, when they shave your head, they basically can see if you have hair growth there or if they reckon that you need like more.
Right.
So I think that's why they took so many from my situation. So over 4,000, whacked all them in to make it look like it's just one full head of hair. Right. But as you say, there is always the possibility and always the chance, if it is in your just obviously in your family that you are going bald, that it will fall out. But where they've put the hair, it shouldn't, because it's from your donor area. So as I say, like, your donor area is your back and sides. That's the sort of hair you'll see in most lads nowadays. Top of the hair is gone and they have just in the hair back and sides job. So touch wood. I suppose if it gets to that point in like when I'm like 60 or 70 and it's patchy, just accept fate maybe and start a new trend, new hairstyle, or just shave it off.
Yeah.
But I suppose since I'm only like 27 going on 28, I think for the next 10, 20 years, as long as I have hair, kind of give myself a bit of self-esteem.
Yeah.
Why not?
How do you feel after like getting the whole thing done? Like, are you satisfied? I know like it's still growing obviously, but like from getting it done, are you fully satisfied? Do you feel much better already?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I felt better like literally the day after. When I done the interview with them the day after in the hotel, I felt like I'd won the lotto. Like, literally the fear of walking out into any sort of environment when there was wind, rain, I would always have a hat on.
Yeah.
So it was weird to bring a hat over to obviously Turkey, wear it coming over on the plane, but then at the same time seeing so many young lads, even like older than myself. There was lads over there like in their 40s, and there was women over there as well, like, so there was women getting it done, there was older men than me getting it done, there was loads of young lads. But just the feeling of like not having to be afraid of a bit of wind to blow and show your scalp. And then like I was walking around the hotel thinking, oh shit, like I'm walking around and everyone's gonna know and everyone's gonna look and point. But even coming home on the plane, like, it's like a guessing game to see who's had what done. There's like about, I'd say, the capacity of like say 60 to 70 people on that plane. You're guaranteed at least half the plane has something done. So but no, 100% I do feel more confident in myself. Obviously it's in the patchy stage, so it might look like shit now at the moment, but give it another, say, well, touch wood give it another 2-3 months, as they say, and it should start to get to their full growth stage and get thicker and longer and stuff like that. So
class. I just find it fascinating because, like, you know, for me, well, like, touch wood, like, you know, I'm not going bald. Like, I'm going grey. Like, I'll be grey. But it's just like, you know, from chatting to you about it, or like, you know, chatting to some mates who are like, you know, paranoid about it or have gone bald. You don't realise how much it affects someone until you say it. I was like, holy shit. Like when I was younger, I never thought like, oh well, it's just natural. Like, no one, you don't think about that stuff. You're just like,
you don't.
You know, as you get older, that's just natural. And
that's what I mean.
It doesn't affect people. But then when you chat to someone like yourself, you're kind of like, no man, I was pretty down. I was very self-conscious, so I'd only wear a hat anywhere, or I didn't want people seeing me scalp. But like, you know, it's good to talk about it.
I got angry at myself for getting angry. Like, if there was a bit of wind, like, for example, when we first got over to Australia, I still remember this. We were walking down to our hostel, slightest bit of wind hit me, blew my hat off. We were standing in the middle of a place I'd never been before, and we were crossing the street, and all you can hear out is me is, fuck! And
Right.
like it looked like I had Tourette's basically, and Kira was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, the fucking wind." She was like, "Will you stop? Like, just cop the fuck on and basically come on." But like, obviously, like paranoia goes through your head. You think, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
my scalp, my head's on show."
Yeah.
And but no, obviously you put more pressure on yourself, thinking, "Oh sure, all eyes are on me. People are judging me. People are like,
Yeah.
oh look at him, he's bald. Oh, he has fuck all hair and stuff like this." But like it's just mad, I suppose. At the end of the day, like you put
Yeah.
more pressure on yourself and it affects your head more. But
Yeah.
you can obviously fix it nowadays, which is
great.
the plus.
And you've done it.
I've done it, yeah.
That's
So
what I mean. Like you've done it. Like you're on about. Like you were thinking about getting it done. Like you literally just said, "Fuck it, I'll bite the bullet and I get it." And hopefully, that's the thing. Is like hopefully, I don't know. Like if people do watch this or not, it's cool for kind of you to kind of like talk to people and let them know, kind of like, look, like I've got it done. Like I'm happy out doing it. It's well worth it. It's cool to hear. So
like obviously people that don't know me but obviously know you to see, they probably would have obviously seen you in a night out or whatever and think, "Oh, why did he go over and get it done? He looked like he had hair."
yeah.
But obviously the likes of yourselves, who are my close friends, and I obviously showed what it was like.
Yeah.
Even yourselves like thinking, "Oh, he doesn't need it, like it's grand, just shave it."
But you see, that's the mad thing, is the fact that you went to Australia, you were there for like 2 years, you came back, you were back about a year,
Yeah.
and
COVID, yeah.
you were back about a year.
That exact reason. I would have gone sooner if it wasn't for that.
Yeah.
That hateful topic.
Yeah, but that's what it was, like, so you're back a year, and the whole time, I didn't notice it. I didn't notice.
Do you not notice I was wearing a hat? No.
But that's the thing. I was like, "Oh, there's Piggott. He's wearing a hat."
Piggott's
Oh,
best
cool.
friend's now a hat.
Yeah, but that's what I was like.
Yeah,
He's wearing
yeah.
a hat. He's wearing a cap, whatever. And it just went long and long and long. And then one day he just turned to me and he goes, "I'm thinking about going over to get this operation done." I was like, "What operation?" And he said, "Oh, I'm going bald." I was like,
Yeah.
"Shut the fuck up. You're
Cycling
not
back
going
from
bald."
British Bay, sweat, hair flowing in the wind.
That's what it was. I was like, "What are you on about?" I was like, "Why? You'd be wasting your money. Why are you going over?" I was like, "You're not going bald at all." I was like, "You have a perfect set of hair." And then he just looked at me and he goes, "No, I don't."
Wait till you see this.
And I said, "Piggott," I was like, "Yes, you do. Cut that fucking shit out. Shut up talking shit." I was like, "Yes, you do." And he go, and he turned to me and he took off your hat. And I just looked at you and said, it's the exact same. I don't know why you'd want to
Hairspray's
waste
your
money."
best friend, man.
But that's what it was. And then he just looked at me and he just went like this. He just went,
It's like, yeah, it's literally like, it's not like it's weird to say, it's not like a toupee sort of feeling, but it's like if you have like one really like long piece of hair, which I did,
yeah.
it like hid everything.
Yeah.
Like
But again, that's what I was
Yeah.
like, one of your closest mates, and I was like, I had no idea my mate was going bald.
Yeah.
Because that's what it just shows. It was so casual. You're wearing caps or hats. It was like, no, you never talked about it until
Yeah,
one
yeah.
day you were like, "I'm getting an operation done, so I'm pretty self-conscious about, so I'm going to get that done."
yeah, well, it was either gonna be like come back like with like a big fat face. Well, I'm not fat now, like before you even say it, but like come back with a big fat
Sorry,
face.
some of us fill out, man. As you get older, some people fill out just some of us a bit too much.
Man, it's daddy weight. It's all right. You'll lose it.
The baby's not here yet, so that's fucking bullshit.
But yeah, I presume it would have looked weird if I didn't tell you before flying over there, and I
Yeah.
came back with holes in my head and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So as you say, like if you can't talk to your mate about it, who can you talk to it?
Yeah,
So
exactly. But yeah, again, man, fair play to you. Same for talking about it.
No
A
worries.
bit of crack.
I hope
And
it helps.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Hopefully, a few people watch it and they kind of, if they're onto you or
Yeah.
want to ask any questions or kind of give people the kind of boost that they need to get it done and don't really give a fuck about what anyone else thinks. Kind of just do it for you yourself.
Yeah,
Don't
no, of course.
Don't be afraid to be selfish. Just kind of get it done.
Definitely.
And yeah, so that's Kieran Fitzgerald Piggott. Got a hair transplant. Feels great. If you're thinking about getting one done, do it.
Do it.
You got anything to say?
Yeah. If you feel as though I kind of didn't cover anything at all that you would like to know, I suppose whoever does end up watching it, if you do want to just drop me a DM or in person whenever, like just write to me, I suppose. Just ask away questions, because like at the end of the day, I wish I had someone to. I know I had 2 lads that went before me, but they weren't in the same situation as myself.
Yeah.
But if you have any questions and you feel like you want to ask, just send me a DM, ask me in person, do whatever makes you feel better, I suppose. It's like literally just beyond words how easy and quick the process is. Like,
Yeah.
I think you just overthink, oh, I'm going to a foreign country, it's going to go either heads up or it's just crazy. Yeah, just write to me if you have any questions and I'll answer.
Do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. There you go. Do it, man. Get it. Right, yeah. Thanks for coming on, man. And
No worries. As I say, we'll have a follow up hopefully when it's
in a few
when
months
it's
where
thicker.
your hair
Anyway.
is full
Yeah, no,
on,
definitely.
like afro or whatever is going on. We'll do another
I'll
one.
give you a end result then.
Yeah.
So thanks for having me on, man.
Thanks, man, and thanks for attempting to come on. Thanks for coming on to my first ever podcast, and hopefully
Number 1.
number 1 podcast in the world, man.
I took your cherry.
Hopefully, if it's not shit, I'll do more.
Yeah,
and,
no, definitely.
See how we get on. Cool.
Happy days.